On Tuesday afternoon, Austin FC have announced it to officially reached a deal to give Austin FC winger Ethan Finlay a one-year extension contract, hence to stay for the 2024 season with an option to stay for 2025. Ethan Finlay has been with Austin FC since 2022, playing over 78 games, scoring 11 goals with 8 assists, and playing over 4,000 minutes with the Verde and Black. Before this happened, before it was officially made, I kind of knew about the whole Ethan Finlay rumor days before. On Thursday night, I spoke with one of Ethan Finlay's, somebody who's close to him and also an agent to him, telling them like my good praise to Ethan Finlay, saying that massive support for Finlay, that he never fails to disappoint the Verde community. Now that I hope to see him back in 2024 or next season. Hours later, the agent replied me back saying this, that he'll be coming back for 2024. Now, I thought to myself that this is kind of insane and really surprising, because somebody who's close to a player always keeps their things, always keep everything to themselves, like confidential. But I guess it was a good time. I guess it was a, go big or go home moment for this agent to tell me. And whenever I read that, I was like, wow, this is a first for me too. So I replied back saying that's great to hear. Now we hope to see Ethan Finlay come back stronger for 2024. The agent replied me back saying this, that Ethan Finlay is going to the gym 2 times a day and that he is ready to attack. And that's when you see that Ethan Finlay, no matter how old he is, he's at the point where, MLS is telling him to retire. Ethan Finlay says, no, I want to fight stronger for next season and come hungrier. And that's why Ethan Finlay is a committed player. Just how, he's a player who's a good leader to the Verde and Black. Look what happened last season or in 2023. Everybody had their head down whenever we were down, but Ethan Finlay is a guy who never stops, who never fails to disappoint us, who never fails to impress. He's a guy who fights until the very last minute. He is a good soldier to, Josh Wolf into his system. Why did we bring Ethan Finlay last season from Minnesota United? He was brought in here to replace or to give resting time for Cecilio Dominguez, either give Dominguez time on the bench or time as, entire like resting time. But no, that didn't happen, because remember what happened to Cecilio Dominguez. He got kicked out, and then comes in Ethan Finlay to fill in that gap in the right wing spot. And it was a lot of work to do, because myself included, we were all under the impression he was not doing a good job. But little by little, time after time, it doesn't matter how many goals and assists you do, you're just there to support your teammates in that area in the depth. And that's what Ethan Finlay did. He did score 5 goals last season, and one of those goals was to prove my ass wrong, which I made a sign for him against Colorado Rapids. But to me, this is a good move for Austin FC, keeping Ethan Finlay for 1 more year. And that's still a better thing too, 1 year with Austin FC, better than 3 years, because look what happened before the season started. Diego Fagundes, Sebastian Driussi, and Julio Cascante, all the 3 of them got 3-year contract extensions with Austin FC until 2026. The one that made sense the most was, Diego Fagundes. Fagundes was, we saw how much he got paid for the first 2 years with Austin FC, and that was something we were disappointed about. But last season in 2022, or 2 seasons ago, he racked up 15 or 60 assists. This year, he deserved that contract, but sadly, he left to join LA Galaxy. Then Sebastian Driussi got another 3 years. He wasn't the same player as in 2022, only scoring 11 goals, and I believe it was only 6 assists he done. But Julio Cascante, the one that didn't make any sense, he got a 3-year contract extension, but he got that when he signed that contract when he was still injured during 2023 season, like during the first half of it. But with Ethan Finlay, it makes much more sense, because he doesn't need 2 more years to prove that he's still good for Austin FC and deserves more money in the bag. He's there to show how good he is, and if he is good in the first 2 years, like the same level player, then yes, we give him 1 more year for 2025. But again, this is a good move from Austin FC and good move for Rodolfo Borrell, making this his first official contract extension for any Austin FC player. But again, I'm glad and I'm happy that Ethan Finlay is staying with Austin FC for 2024, hoping that he's the same player as in 2022 and 2023. And I may say this too, could there be a competition now? Because Rodney Redes is in talks of probably leaving Austin FC, might be announced this week or next week or in the future weeks. But Rigoni and the future player CJ Fondry. With Rigoni and Ethan Finlay, they're not much of a competition. They mostly like to invert as, either side in the winger spot. But when it comes to CJ Fondry, it's going to be competition against Ethan Finlay, one player who's a veteran, the other who's a future to the MLS. But I may say there might not be competition, because Ethan Finlay might be a good role model for CJ father and teach him the ways how it becomes to be an MLS winger. But other than that, you guys, hopefully Ethan Finlay never feels to disappoint. He's again a great player to Austin FC, a great player who leads by example and never stops until the very last minute. But again, hope you guys understood this video. My name is Finlay, 17, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.